Hey everyone, welcome to a Mindful Monday. I'm Heather and I'm the Yogi, and I guess it's late spring, not quite summer yet here in Connecticut, and so I'm taking advantage of this beautiful sunny day to get outside and practice. If you are somewhere where you can get outside to practice, I invite you to do the same. This is a Mindful Monday, a little bit of gentle movement, some breathing, and the invitation to meditate with me. We're going to begin today in Tadasana. Come onto your mat, and if you don't have a mat, don't worry about it. You can, if you're outside, put your feet in the grass and feel the grass beneath your feet. Or if you're at a beach somewhere, put your feet in the sand and really feel the earth beneath you. And so with or without your mat, go ahead and set your feet about hips width distance apart. And just take a look at them for a moment. I like to lift my toes and spread them apart and then softly place them back down again. You might notice if one foot is more forward than the other, I'm going to even out my feet and reset. And it's not about getting it perfect, but when you pay this much attention to your feet, then you're feeling your feet and you're connecting to your foundation. You're really creating your foundation. And for this Tadasana, just let your arms and hands come alongside you with your palms facing forward, and you can set your gaze and take in the surroundings of where you are. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. And just begin to take a couple of good, deep, intentional breaths. So feeling your breath, maybe hearing your breath. And often I cue the breath, but I'm not going to do that right now. Instead, I invite you to just feel for yourself. What does a really good, deep breath in feel like? And what does it feel like to exhale and empty out and release? So much of the balance of our practice is captured or is held, maybe that's a better word, in our breath. So on your inhale, you are awakening your energy, your prana, your life force, your chi, and you're filling up a full body breath. And then just as important, when you exhale, you have this beautiful opportunity to empty your breath, but also empty out distraction, worry. And it's a process, right? This process of emptying out so that you can fill up with what you really want. Now, standing here in Tadasana, just begin to shift the weight of your body around a bit. Bring your weight into your right foot and into your left foot. Still really good deep breath here. Coming forward into the balls of your feet, maybe your toes. You can notice if you start to hang on. And then gently shifting back into your heels. And especially if you close your eyes here, this feels really interesting. And you might notice what it is that you notice in addition to your breath. In addition to your feet or your fingers. You might notice the sounds of nature around you. You might notice the man-made sounds around you. And you notice if you feel differently about those. I notice that when cars go by or there's a loud man-made noise. Sometimes I get distracted and sometimes I get a little irritated. So instead of letting that happen, just feeling your breath, hearing your breath, noticing all the noises around you, and keeping it simple like that, just noticing. Now, come on back to center here. Just like you can find what a good deep breath feels like for you, you can feel what center feels like for you. Okay, and that's funny. There's our noontime whistle. So we'll just give it a moment. And we'll spend an extra breath or two here in Tadasana. Still feeling and hearing your breath, feeling your foundation, your center. And I'm feeling like our noontime whistle is really long. I've never noticed that before. And yes, I live in a place where we have a noontime whistle. Here, soften your shoulders. Let the crown of your head reach up towards the sky. Soften your toes together. Let's take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And from here, start to fold forward. Soften your knees. Let your head hang down. And come on into your ragdoll. You can grab your elbows if you like. You can let your hands dangle. And here again, you can add in just some gentle movement. And you can feel your body's in a different shape here. So does your breath feel different? And if it does feel different, just noticing that. Just like you can notice noise, you can notice distraction. It's really nice if you can come into the forward fold here and let your head drop. Maybe move your head around a little bit. You can shake your head gently, intentionally. No. And yes. And even this little movement is a really nice reminder that you have the choice to say yes to what you want. And equally, the choice to say no to what you don't want. And both, just like your inhale and your exhale, both are equally important. Here, take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Go ahead and release your hands down. You can walk your feet a little bit closer together with your hands on your mat, your feet on your mat. Step your left foot back behind you and bring your left knee down to the ground, to your mat, for your kneeling lunge. Just pause here for a moment. Feel your right foot on your mat. If there's any kind of discomfort with your left knee, you can put an extra layer under there. You can walk your hands up to your front thigh here. Soften your shoulders. Ground through your front foot. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Interlacing your fingers at your low back. You can add a towel or strap between your hands. As you stay connected through your front foot, let your chest, let your heart lift. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now bring your hands back to your mat. And step your left foot up to meet your right. Coming back into that forward fold, just letting your head drop. Maybe you bend one knee and then the other, a little bit of movement here. Coming to your center with your hands on your mat, step your right foot back behind you. And bring your right knee down. You can untuck your right toes, your kneeling lunge. Taking your time, especially if you expect this side to be like the other. Maybe just a pause. Feel it out. Notice what's different without any kind of story or judgment. And walking your hands up to your left knee, your left thigh. A couple of good deep breaths here. All these shapes that we create with our body. Just noticing if your breath feels differently. In this shape. Noticing what you feel creating this shape. And here again, interlacing your fingers at your low back if that works for you. Letting your shoulders roll back, your chest, your heart lift. A couple of good deep breaths. Feel if you can soften your face, especially soften your jaw, soften your shoulders. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Take your left knee back to meet your right. And come on into your child's pose. So we'll finish with child's pose. And you can have your knees wide. Hands can be forward. You can work with your knees together and your arms alongside. Tuning into your breath. Tuning into your breath, tuning into where you are. And it's funny because I don't know if it's the practice, but I'm suddenly noticing all these different noises, mostly man-made in the distance. And so if you can hear the noises here, or maybe you hear the noises there where you are, I mean, this is part of the practice. We get to choose what we want to pay attention to. We can notice all kinds of things. And then we can say yes to what we want to give our attention to. And for right here, right now, keep giving your attention to yourself, to this practice. And I am going to let you finish your practice here. Take as much time as you like before you move on with the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. I'm Heather. I'm the Bent Yogi. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you soon.